morning, sports fans. How are we doing? So it's Monday morning. We're in the office nice and early. It's currently 10 to 9. I've got Dale fast fingers behind me, typing away. One of the spare vans are out ready today. Reason being, Dale, I'm going to fill you in while we've got the spare vans there. We've got subcontractors working for us doing... So we've got a couple of kitchen installs on the go and a couple of toilet refurbs. So when we get jobs like this in, we like to keep it all in-house. We get subcontractors in. They wear our uniforms fair, don't they? Yeah. And also turn up in a branded van as well. It just makes sense. Like I say, brand identity is everything and anything in any job. So we've got new apprentice started today as well. Dale's headhunted someone. Respect. I'm not going to put him on camera yet because I've got to do all. He's only 16, got to get consent and everything. So as it stands now, obviously we've got George. I've just got George out in the back with him now, getting a few little bits sorted out, tied up, ready, and just things done really. Just keeping. I said to George, you now need to not necessarily be game, just do a great job what you do, but you now need to be that guy now that he's going to answer to you, if that makes sense. If George is sat down, he's going to be sat down with George. George needs to be kind of delegating and working with him now to understand what the company requirements and stuff like that are. He will be working predominantly close to me. I think Dale's mentioned he wants me to work with me, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
To pop and pick up my OCD. And this is it, look. Health as wealth. I don't know what he's got in his bag. I'm not going to show you, but look, you know, we've got little gangster George, Emporio Armani, and this is his breakfast. He's got Pop and Go Original, Pop and Go Texas Barbecue. I mean, what a breakfast that is, isn't it? Breakfast of champions.
I can't say that.
But yeah, and I've got a school assembly. My son Harley, he's 11 now. Do you know what? I have kids younger than I'm 34 now, and Harley's 11, he'll be 12 in September. I'm mad that, innit? How old are your kids? Non-existent. They're swimming around with his ball sack right now.
Travel the world, live my life to the full, and worry about what.
But yeah, so he's got his leaving assembly today 'cause it's his last day at primary school. So been an emotional morning, obviously. Is what it is. I'm looking forward to seeing that. I'm just getting things set up. Literally, you can see it's a bit upside down. Summer work start. It's absolute crazy. We've also got the downstairs toilet sorted out as well. So I was in Crackerdorn this morning, and what I've now done is I've got the shower plinth on. We've put little plinth ups and skirtings, cleaned the floor up and done. We've put a new tile on the edge for the windowsill, and then I've also tiled around the gloss unit. So it's starting to come together. I'm over the moon in all honesty. Need to sort my hair out, it's an absolute mess, so I'm doing it now and then get out of the way, so keep posted. Oh yeah, and that's it. Another thing, install I've got to do today. I've got a 9 kW electric boiler going in, as well as an unleaded cylinder on an S-plan. So it is nevertheless going to be a tight, rush day, but I've said to lads, look, it is what it is. We're going to wait till we get done, and that'll be what it'll be. So, as always, hustlers, keep hustling and see some. Baby, yeah! I'm just a love machine. George, come with me. Come here. Come on. So, we're all about using time wisely at Caprani, aren't we? Mm-hmm. So, I want you now. I've been at kids thing this morning. Harley's leaving, I want you to tell them what you've done in the back and why you've done it, and I want to take, obviously, I want to congratulate you.
Weeded all the way.
It's all been de-weeded. Frankie, tarred it, got rid of all of the bus, so it looks hell of a lot better. Look at that. George is an absolute inspiration to the company. Skip it is now full of weeds, but it's all about using time wise, isn't it, George? I'm trying to make you into the best man possible. And the only time you'll be a better man is when you kiss me. Problem you've got, we're working in Hull city centre, mate. There's nowhere to park, zigzags are everywhere, but we've abandoned it on there. No, we'll go in and show you first what's what. You can bring that in if you want, but we'll literally try get in and see what's what. I don't even know what number it is. I think it's number... I don't know what number the job is, mate, and I only come looked at it the other day. It is, lads. Flat 7. So it says it's flat 7, but it wasn't. I don't know what flat it was, mate, to be fair. It was that one there, but I don't know what number it is. Because you've got flat 1. It must be flat 2 then, mustn't it? I thought flat 7's up there. So, this is one I come to a day, so it's an electric stream control. What this does, I need to work it out now. It's leaking from the split seam. Show that dolly, George. It's leaking from the split seam on the body. So this is an indirect unvented cylinder. What it does, we have obviously hot water expansion, essentially an expansion. Looking at this, we've got a hot water draw. There's my discharges. That's going to be out my primary coil, which goes to expansion, goes to heating. So the only thing I've got with this, mate, is where does there we go. Heating element, flow return, heating element, core mains, hot supply comes out the top, so that's my hot there. So it's pretty straightforward. That goes on a blending valve because this must get up to temperature of about 80 degrees to 70 to give heat. So all we've got to do, George, literally, all flow returns there above ground, which is happy days. We've got our return there. That's our flow, so we can just cut and utilise them to the new electric boiler. And what we'll do, we'll slap it literally. That's a solid wall bonus, so we'll get in and stuff. So we'll get some... I tell you what we'll do, we'll get everything in. Once I'm in now, we can start getting gear. We'll get some stroll and roll put down here, because the carpet's damaged anyway, so I think, to be fair, new carpet will be going down. But rather than putting the stroll and roll down, just put a dust sheet or something down, carpet, bud.
Yeah, so.
Right, so we're in. So that's the only thing with this, is no lift. Working the centre of cool city centre. So we're going to be taking that cylinder out. It's now 1:45. Got to get all that ripped out. The setup's done now. 1:45 now. But once that's ripped out, mate, I've got a blank canvas. We're flying, mate. I'm going to try to press as much of it as I can. So happy days. Again, branding is everything. So this is the unit we're going to be fitting. It's a 9 kilowatt radiator. What this does, works from 65 to 80 degrees. It's got a switch wire and stuff inside of it. We've got our electricians, our subcontract electricians that we use coming tomorrow. But that creates 9 kilowatt of power. So I've rated the property down, what it needs in the property, especially from unvented cylinders. So that's good to go. So I'm going to get all this stuff carted in now. George upstairs, getting everything dust sheets not laid out. The cream carpet is damaged in the hallway, but again, can't physically go wrong. Like I say, you want to create a good business, do the opposite of negative things. Put dust sheets down. I know so many tradesmen that never put dust sheets down. Don't wear uniform, turn up not on time, don't scruff workmanship. If you do all the opposite of them things, I can guarantee your business will blossom and flourish. I think that's damp as well off that leaking. It's been going for a while, so we're just getting set up now. Gonna have to get my tripod up here. I don't know what all that is in there. I pulled the carpet and everything up, but look, this is what it is. Nice flats these are, look. Beastie flats, man. Right in the city centre as well. I don't like to know how much these are, but lovely, absolutely lovely. Probably holding up whole city centre. That's what Caprano do, don't they, Georgie? Coffee machine, what are you saying, George? I just need to get a plug. Then I can buy that to everyone. £1 coffee. Apologies, sports fans. You'll just see behind me there the new guy. I'm going to let him say what his name is. What is your name? Frankie. This is growing Caprani at an extravagant rate, though, isn't it, George? Do you not agree? You come in from school, didn't you? Straight from school, and look at you now.
Showing him what's what. Showing him the ways.
You've set him up, dust sheets and that. He knows what's what. In all honesty, I don't do ragging apprentice, and there's no ragging going on here, Frankie, but what are them boots? Full on works in a fish factory. No, I've got him some new boots in order. The only problem we've got is, which to be fair and respect it, who do you play for?
Yeah.
Are you actually playing for the team, or?
No, not the actual team.
Academy. I kind of understood that. So what happens, Joe Sard, then 2 years into the apprenticeship, you're doing really well, but then you go, I'm off, see you later, mate. That's what happened, won't it, George?
Yeah, well.
And we'll just be stuck with him. But no, Frankie's come on board. He started this week. He's going to work this week with us. We've offered him an apprenticeship, and he's took it. He actually did work experience with us, didn't you?
Yeah.
In year 10, 2 years ago, and it was between him and George. But we took George on because he was fit for age at that time. Had I known, I wouldn't have took him on now, but he's too far in now to let go. But to be fair, George done a cracking job. I've just been making a few calls out there. George is getting the system that drained down now. Got the Milwaukee tripod up. Once this is stripped out, I can start to look to get my electric boiler and cylinder on the wall, and that'll be good to go. So the lads are doing a decent job, to be fair, so respect. What I'm doing now, because the problem I've got is the drain off is actually hiding the bath. I've got all this stripped out, so all I've done electronically, I've isolated it at the board, and I've also isolated it on this switch here as well, because that tool pot goes back to that clock there, which again is not in use, and I've just basically fed it full there for ease. It's this main fellow, the 40 amp switch, which I've disconnected for safety. I've done a continuity test, polarity check, all that stuff. It is isolated and safe now. I've literally disconnected my wires out the top ends. I'll leave it there for the electricians tomorrow. Just need this to finish off getting at least halfway drained. I've isolated the water now. You can see the water pressure's drained off. I know what my hot and cold and flow returns are. Might as well mark these up now while I'm at it. So I'm going to have here. So I've got flow return. I'm also going to get these cut, to be honest with you, because the guy has had up water. It's just the last dregs in this cylinder and the height of it. We're going to have to maybe try lift it downstairs somehow. I'm also going to have to, it's red hot that. I can disconnect that there. I might just disconnect that, then pull it forward and get it out of the way. It's still draining, but it's just taking the absolute mick, to be fair. It's going to be where I could do with a, what do you call it? Could have done with the old Milwaukee transition pumps, whatever you call it. It would have helped out massively. But nevertheless, we'll get it sorted. Right, Frank, tell us what you're doing, pal. Instead of urinating in the front of the way of the door. I know. You study, yeah? What, you get fined for that, don't you? How much you get fined for that? Go to the toilet. So what I've had to do, Frank, is you have to stand here. Put it between your legs, are there, yeah? It looks like you're actually doing it. Frankie's got to stand there and do that, unfortunately, because what you'll see is that hose pipe is only just long enough to come. I get all the tools dropping out. Come on. So I've had to get it out of there like that, and to be fair now, it's draining because I can't disconnect these pipes here. You can actually hear it now, it's flying out. Georgian. Pop it. Miles better, I reckon now. Disconnect that. Yes, she's got it. We've got a full flow now, which is great news. So I can start disconnecting these hot pipes. Marked up now, that's my hot, that's my cold. Tell you what, going to be a project and a half this. It is now parking staff 2, 10 to 2. If I can get the bits and bats on the wall by roughly about what we're saying here. If I can get a thing on the wall for 1:30, couple of hours, mate, pipe, bang, be done. Dale's going to have to come and drop us some stuff off, which is the same, but about 3:30 I can get some stuff ordered. I'm going to need bits like, I ain't picked a fiddle up, I forgot, but I'm not going to bother using the old one, it's pointless. Do it new, do it right. There's the offending article. What they are going to be doing here is put new carpets down. Reason being is this is just knackered. The damp's got on right from, got on through to there. And to face the new landlord we're doing work for, well, new landlord, new agency we're doing for, a very high-end one in Hull City Centre. We quoted against another plumber and we come in, I think, reasonably priced. We aren't the cheapest, but we do carry out a good job. So it's good to know that we are competitive in the market. Like I say, we don't want to win every job. We want to win the jobs that are right for us and that we're going to make a profit on. You know, we could win a boiler swap, charge it next to nothing, think you're getting the big money, but by the time you've taken your VAT off, your tax, wages, costs of running the business, materials, X, Y and Z, some jobs might only make 100 quid for the day. Is it really worth it? You've got to calculate what's right in the business and profits being made, like I say. I was going to as well with this one, like I say, fortunate for us. I was going to plough the wall. The wood yard that we use isn't open on a Monday. What a day not to be open for business. It opens on a Tuesday to a Saturday. So with this one, it's going to be a case of cylinder's going to go. I don't think I'm going to put it back there. I think I'm going to put the cylinder into this corner. Electric boiler more to take the full wall up there. Not necessarily take the floor, but do what I need to. I've got everything down there below me. So like I say, I don't think it'll be that bad. These as well. These I'm going to show you. They are weird, but we seem to go through spits and spats lately where we're fitting the same systems. I do like these now that company people want to go electric and stuff like that as well. Should I say I want to go electric? Should I say I still don't like not using gas, but it is what it is. We just fit that on the wall. Got to make sure we've got 150 mil. Got to make sure we put 150 mil there, and it goes to an automatic air vent, and then we've got obviously our expansion safety relief system, which is going to go there. So I've asked Paul to kindly send me, and I bet he's not done it. He sent me an 8-litre expansion vessel with the bracket, but I can tell you what he's not sent me, because he's on holiday. It's a nightmare. He hasn't sent me a pressure relief valve, I can guarantee you. But I think I've got the bracket. I haven't got the pressure relief valve or anything, which is highly frustrating. I've got one for the barrel, pitch, stack, 2 zone valves there, ton dish. I've got one in the van, so I can connect straight to that robo kit, should you want, that's what you call them, for the expansion. And then literally it comes off to the pump. And what we're going to do is going to split this to 2 zones. I'm going to put a bypass in there as well, because I think it has a pump over running facility. So it's going to have 2 metres minimum there, like I say, on your pipework going back to the unit. So again, just make sure, you can't really go wrong if you follow these. I've done a few of these before now. If you just follow manufacturing instructions, they're pretty straightforward, like I say. He's down there now, just watching that drain off this carpet again. He's knackered. Still draining down, pal? Yeah. He's just getting that drain down there. It's still got that water, but look, it's just the best way to get a cylinder in. Get this done, get it out of here. I can get the last to get it downstairs and put on the walkway down there. But you see now, starting to really look a lot better, that. So units out and gone. What we've done, we've marked our floor returns. I don't know why that glass is in it. Why have they got glass in here?
I mean, Frankie thought we got rid of it all.
No, leave that, mate. I'm not bothered. It's nasty, that, though, isn't it? So I've got floor return, hot and my cold's there. So what I'm going to do is stick my electric boiler on the wall there and put my cylinder sighted there in that corner because the floor is generally a bit of a mess. So this is what will fit in the old Potterton Gold 9 kilowatt. Now these are expensive. They're about 600-700 quid. Very good bit of kit. I'm sick of saying that. Everyone says that. Very good bit of kit. Very good bit of junk. That's what I'm going to say. But I just don't agree with what you pay for this. The fixings. You put 2 screws on your wall, mate. 2 screws on the wall, and that'll slap on. So I'm going to propose to put that about there. Come off the top of my floor. I might put it lower, to be fair. Put it about there and put it on top with my floor. So units on the wall. What did you say as well? For the cost of these, aren't they? You put 2 little screws in the wall, which, to be fair, I shouldn't have took it off, lad. There it is. But I just don't like that. You still get movement. Yeah. But again, he can get his electric straight and they'll sort that side. All we've got to do now is come off with a floor straight across. The other bad thing about working town centre, innit? Like, literally. So, how far the van is, mate, and we're working in there. Time's up. George was laughing at me 2 minutes ago, didn't he? He was like, oh, what is that in your hands? 14:28. It's now 4. Oh, wow, see that? It's now 14:27. So we're gonna walk back to the van and get some stuff put in it. And luckily, because we're behind the table bay, fortunate for us, we can get some pipe out the van. This is the only issue we have with the van now, innit? When we do the van like this, you know why it's bad? We can't get the pipe out. It's in hands. I've got some boys here doing some town centre. Van's done. Look at us. Proper set of Caprani's Artwich walking through town centre. Press gun at hand. Who wants pressing? Here, give me your wallet, I'll press you up. You've got to have a laugh, mate, and yeah, this is the worst thing at working in town centre. I know it's bad, mate, you look horrendous. The boys, this is the new office we're looking at getting as well. Just for George, innit? What are you going to do in there, George?
You don't want to know.
But orders put in, we need a few bits. Boilers on the wall now. What I've done, just done myself a little drawing, because it's always nice to work off a schematic. So what I'm going to do is boiler cylinder, I reckon, situated there. Then I'm going to come off and use this full wall. It just makes sense. Space is key, get it mounted and clips and done. The way I'm going to do it is, bring my floor for the 150mm automatic air vent expansion vessel. It's going to come down, pump's going to be there, split and feed the zones. It's going to split back into the return. You need about 2 metres for a bar pass. Again, because we're having zone valves on, if them zone valves lock off, I want it to be able to come round, come down, so you're going to have one. We'll make it work, that's what I mean, we'll make it work. Right, so cylinder is now in. Me and George have a little systems and process in place then. I know I've done a Picasso on the wall, but it'll wipe off gently, it's just a pencil. So we're going to come off with our floor, run along, automatic air vent, 150mm away from there, come straight down. Expansion vessel there, with discharge we just picked up, it's going to come straight down to there, split, bar pass, heating, hot water, straight down, lead valves done, good to go. So simple as that. These are the parts that take a little bit of time, but once you get these done, and George is nicely kind of cutting length of pipe, once we get these bits done, it just makes your life easier. And like I say, lads, don't we? What does Mike Pipe say? If you ain't tested, you're guessing. This is what you do, mate. So literally, you look now at my setup, bang, we're starting to go. And fair play. Our suppliers have kindly donated us. We've purchased Honeywell valves now. We had mixed views about the Honeywells, but I've gone back to them, to be honest with you, they've seemed to sort themselves out. The heads look good, plastic head now, so obviously we've still got, I presume we've got an F. Yeah, I've got an F, it's a metal body, so 5 core. Orange is my switchback, brown's my signal from the start, which creates your motor switch over, yada yada yada. So I'm going to get them now, both banged in there like that. Bar pass will be on there. I know there's a gap in the middle there, but once it's like that, it'll look good. It's a shame I didn't have the T's that have the four-way, because I was going to put that down the middle and split it, but it wouldn't have worked. And then soon as Dalio, our boys here, that's going to be our bar pass fit in there, so it'll go there, go straight. That's what I most would do. I ain't got enough cuts of pipe. Put that in there. I can get that now cut with an elbow on there as well, ready to cut. Oh no, T to cut to put the pump and stuff in. So starting to frame now, start to take shape and start getting things slung in again. Pressing and setting up, I cannot stress enough. getting your systems set up when you're doing jobs is just a game changer. You take a little bit of time on the strip out, take a little bit of time of doing your little drawing, and take a little bit of time of setting your clips up, and bish bosh bash, bash! It looks mint. Well, the boys about Hull again, out we lad. So we're out, the boy Frankie's carrying stuff, he loves it. How's your first day going, gangster? Did you see that, George? Yeah. How's your first day going? He went. Nah, fair play. So it's just a bit of a weird one. Obviously Frankie will be settling in today, but it's just the fact you're up and down there, it's a nightmare and the van's still miles away. But what we're going to do, take these bits back to the van, get what we need. There's also a Tesco Express in the distance there, because of being honest with you, said to the lads they're up for it, we're going to do a bit of overtime, we're just going to stay and get this done. It's 4:10 now, we are having a bit of a go, but we've got to get it done. Indoor market, we tried the passes and give us from there. Yeah. Oh, look at indoor market. Hustlers. Well, that is going on. So this way I'm at, it's starting to box me in a little bit. You'll see where I was at. 5 o'clock, I mean, it's about 3 hours, been about 3 hours graph this, I've been honest, since I've had it out. Well, no, I haven't got it out about 2:30. So, a flow of turns in there, they aren't like not done. Pull the cheek little bend there. Just there to kick behind, so that can go in now to my return on my cylinder. The hot centre across, up, slightly to bend in, and obviously everything's in now. Returns back in, returns are done, bits to finish off there. And the main system's kind of in now. All expansions are mounted on the wall as well. So I need to look at now. Oh, where's he put it, Georgie Porgy? Come on, Georgie. Where have you put it? Is it from me? I put it there, good lad. So basically, that's going to be the feed there. So what I'm also going to do, this is the only thing here about these, the head. But I'm going to cut, oh, to be fair, beautiful. I'm going to cut that out, put it there. That's another thing I hate about them as well, because look, you can't win. PRVs do not recommend putting them upside down, because obviously they're getting the debris in there, they're gone. Your filter scale, whatever you want it is, your gauze and stuff in there, check valve, pressure juicing valve, that wants to be the right way, so it don't want to be upside down like that. So you want to catch 22 with these. They're a bit of a tear design, to put that there and put the feed there, but look, it doesn't matter. I'm going to get that sighted somewhere like that now, get that cut, put that there. So we're definitely heading in the right direction, I'm not going to lie. Still a bit of a slug, and I've got to crack on, but we're getting there. 5:15, it's still popping in here. It's looking mintish what I've done with these. I've put these cheeky little expansion vessel relief valves that we call it. So when these need flushing for Legionnaires part, whatever you want to call it now, little drain off, little Tesla. Done. Same heating one as well. Then I'm going to get my filling up set up down here. So I've got a filling up with the pressure gauge on. I just need to make that up because George has just put it in dry. Or is it already made up? Yeah, so I just need to put a bit of paste, make that up. Bang that down there, put a T into the return. Also get a bit of 15mm stabbed up to put the expansion valve in as well, which is a bit frustrating because I didn't have the robo kit for the heating system, which, yeah, it is highly annoying, but look, it is what it is. Like I say, it's really starting to take shape now. I'm just going to stay and get it done now. What's going on? Give the lads a bit of overtime. They're happy. Everyone's happy. Bit of graph, get it done. Just get it put to bed. It is what it is. 6:15, lad. Oh, class. Yeah, we are going down there. I was going to try to park down there, but the road's closed. So, what I'm going to do is we'll also bring the van, bang up the yellows there. The only thing working in the city centre, it's an absolute nightmare getting parked. So, what you saying, Georgie, lad? Decent day on it. Tired now. 6:15, done well. Trying to get lagged up now, but it's all filled up ready for the Sparkies tomorrow. 6:30. It's about that time. So, yeah, I've got it. Cheers, pal. So the rubbish thing with these installs is when they're looking mint like this, got to lag it all up. But look, part L's in effect now, so I've got to get it done. But when you first come into the room now, from what it was, I'll admit I know we've taken a lot. What are you panicking for, Frankie? Anyway, quick, George, go next one. Got to get him used to YouTube. We've got consent off his parents, right, Frankie? Yeah. Fill us in. Fans want to know your age, your number, your bank details. First day, how's it been?
Good, yeah.
Been a long day, 6:30. Tell the fans what you did today. You used the press gun, and what did you do?
Pressed it, you know.
So we might as well avoid the insurance now because it's going to pop off tonight and flood the full building. So yeah. No, he's done well today. It's been a good day for him, hasn't it? What do you think, George?
Not bad, is it?
Not bad for 3 forwards graft, is it? Not sad, yeah. Joe just sat there and done absolutely. Been a big help, mate. Big help. Fine gangsters, hustlers, whatever you want to call yourselves. Gonna need the client a nice little treat under the floorboards. What was saying, George?
Yeah, do what?
Put under the floorboards.
No way,
So we're done now, literally. It's all in and all lags ready for electricians tomorrow. So quick run through what this is. We've got a 9 kilowatt electric boiler. They're going to connect the 40 amp air supply to that. The flow comes out, gets dragged off, 150 mil minimum for your automatic air vent. It comes off as per manufacturer instructions. I don't like doing it, but they put an expansion straight on the flow. So we've done as they've asked with the Tesla T1 kit, so it can be drained and clean if needed. Come down to our pump, that aims it down. Cam, what are you doing? Am I for a full video here? That comes down. Pack it in. That comes down, splits both ways, and what happens is, if we get a demand for the hot water, it'll go straight down there, straight into the cylinder coil, back out for the return, which gets picked up there, and then back into the cylinder. If the hot water comes in demand, heating should I say, the stat will get turned on, which is the wiring tomorrow. That gets turned on, sends it down the flow to the heating system, and then returns back to the boiler. The big thing with these is to make sure that you don't burn the elements out on these, is make sure we install a bar pass, and it needs 2 meters of pipework as well. So taking into consideration that there to the pump to there is approximately 700 mil, 800 mil, sorry. We've got 200 mil there, then at least a metre there. So making sure that everything is in, but in all honesty, it's first one for the client. We're going to make sure this is right, and it is quite smart to be fair. So there's your one down there is that. We don't bother lagging the D2 pipe and D1 pipe. It's absolutely pointless. I hate that. Absolutely hate that, but there's nothing I can do. That's just the way they come. But yeah, if you like this video, please unlike and please do not subscribe and do not leave a comment, because me and George do not care, do we, George? But we're going to open a GoFundMe for George's drinking addiction on a weekend, because if you've seen the size of this kid's belly, the money we get, we're going to do. What is it you're going to get?
An operation.
That thing put your bum colon washing.
Yeah, re-pipes and that.
Oh, people.
Fuck knows.
And that's it, I'm signed out. I've got George's, don't know who's drinking it, don't know what it is. It literally looks here like you've just threw the cylinder on the stairs.
Like what?
It looks like you've just lobbed it and like rolled on the stairs.
We did.
Save again, innit? All down there, well done lads. We'll go get the van now, we'll get the van loaded up, shall we? Who's got the keys? You might as well keep that meal, George, there's nothing wrong with that. I'll go get the van now, bring it up here. Cheers, pal.
We'll get it all out, yeah.
Yeah, I'd get the cylinder out first and start getting it drained off. So, lads have done a cracking job. Like I say, it is 7:15. Been an hard one today. It's been an hard slug, obviously. Things are ours that are out of our control. I didn't realise the last minute, unfortunately. It was my son's leaving do at school. He's leavers mass, so I've been to that today. It was always nice to be there for the kids, you know. They're only young ones, and that's one thing I want to touch base on really in this video, is make sure you're there for your family. I know I work hard, and I'm working a lot, and a lot of people say, especially on the channel, like you're always at work. I'm at work selectively when I need to be at work. When I'm not, you'll be surprised actually how much time I do take off and I spend with the family, finishing on normal days and stuff like that. So as always guys, peace out, respect, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you real soon.